Hi. So I found that I like to plan our homeschool um, weeks digitally, but I like to view my schedule each week on paper. I need this checklist in hand. And I found that uh, it's great to have this planned out, but if I get behind in one subject, I want to be able to bump that subject back and keep going with that particular. Maybe my history stream I got behind in, and I want to keep going with that. But everything else can progress forward. So I developed a spreadsheet that can do that and allow you to print what you need each week. So I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay, so you will begin with on the Start Here tab. If you click on this, there is a PowerPoint document that can walk you, a Google Slides document that can walk you through these steps. But if you prefer a video, this is the place to be. So the first thing you're going to do is input your students' names. So I have 4 students: Fred, George, Ron, and Jenny. And then I'm going to, after that, put my group names. And you need to be sure to make a group for each student. Fred will be doing his own lessons, George, Ron will be doing his own lessons, Jenny, and then the family lessons, everybody is going to be enrolled in. And maybe you have some other groupings you want to do. Maybe you want to do the twins and enroll Fred and George in there. And that's fine. I'm going to do that. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is to list out your courses. So I've already done this here. You're going to list out every course that anyone in your family does. It's a lot of courses. How many times per week it's done. So picture study, we do once a week for 20 minutes, and that is a family lesson. First Citizen Stories is once a week for 20 minutes. And Ron and Jenny are both taking that. Recitation for my olders, recitation for my youngers. And so you can go down and see there are some lessons that they're each taking, but taking individually. For instance, French, they each do on their own. It's not a family lesson, so I have them all enrolled in that. How many times per week and how many lessons? Okay, next, if you're ready to, you can input your lesson plans. And so this is where you'll take and write out what your student is doing. I've only put in the first week. You would go ahead and list out for your whole year, picture study, read the first 2 pages, and then whatever you do then for your second lesson, which will be the second week and third week and fourth week for your whole year. If you have any links that you want to include in lessons, then you would put that here. So let's say I have some links for world history and I have some YouTube video, you would get that link and paste it right here. If it went with lesson 1, if it was lesson 5, then you would paste it, excuse me, right here. So you can put those links here if you have anything. Okay, and then you can come up with a weekly checklist for your students. So in addition to their weekly lessons, I've only done Jenny so far. I want her to practice the piano, do her chores, do 2 nature journal entries and 1 book of centuries entry. Okay. And then on my schedules of courses. So this is where you're going to actually schedule out your day. So I can see how many minutes I have each student scheduled for right here per day, and this will build as you go. All right, so when I've already done this. When you come to this tab, it will be just empty. And you'll use your drop down boxes to say, okay, I want Fred to do recitation on Monday first thing. And then I want him to do whatever the next lesson is. And you'll build your schedule. It will automatically import these times. And as you're working, notice that these numbers over here are changing. So I still have 1 recitation I need to assign, 1 French lesson I need to assign. So that goes here. Let's say I want to do French here. I still have a literature. See, I misspelled form. That's okay. math, and grammar. I still need to do a science. And finally, his copy work. Okay. And once these are all zeroed out, then you've scheduled everything you need to for Fred. Now, Fred's minutes, see, it's 145 solo minutes on Monday. But you can see he has 205. That's because he's included in the family plan. I've already done everyone's plans. So the family plan, there's 60 minutes, an hour worth of together lessons on Monday. And so that's been added to his time too, because he'll be included in that. So you can see everyone's day and how you've scheduled them. And then if you want to take the family schedule, just kind of gives you an overall view of what all you're doing on Monday. Monday, we're doing all of these subjects. These are the people participating at a glance. Okay. And then you're going to go to currently studying, and this is where you put in, right now it's on week 1, so that's great. When you get to week 2, this is where you'll come back and change that to week 2, so that it knows what you're ready to print. Okay, links for the, if you had any links that you had put, then the week 1 links would show up here. All together gives me a view of this is what everyone and all of my students are doing during week 1. It's a lot of information. I probably would not want to print this just because it's so much. But student 1 will be the tab that this is Fred's work. Okay, so when you get to this, I only have 9 lesson slots filled in for him, and I won't have any more unless I go back and change things. So I'm just going to hide these. And that just makes for a better printing experience. So if I'm going to print it vertically, portrait, and I'm going to do custom page breaks, and I like to break it after Wednesday. And that way I have Monday through Wednesday on one page, and Thursday, Friday, and if he had a checklist, it would show up here. If not, you just have some blanks to write notes. And so that is Fred's tab. And student 2 is George, student 3 is Ron, and there's Jenny's. And that's what I had printed that I showed you in the beginning. She has Monday through Wednesday work, and then her checklist shows up here under her notes, her checklist for the week. And you see she has 4 piano practice sessions, 5 chores, 2 nature journals, and 1 book of centuries entry. And so that is how you would use this. These are just alternate views. So on Monday, this is just Fred's Monday lessons. If you have a student that you need to print just 1 day at a week, I had some people asking me for that, so I made it. So these are Fred's, and if you want to access another student's, they would be under here as Monday 2 would be your second student, Monday 3 would be your third student's Monday, like that. You just have to unhide these tabs. Monday, no. So this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are special views that I made for my students because I have 3 groups and it only pulls the first 3. So Fred, George, and Ron, what they're doing on Monday. So you're missing Jenny here. If you wanted to print Fred, George, and Ron, you could. So if you have 3 groups, then this view will work great for you for each day. And you can just print. This would print beautifully on just 1 page. Let's say fit to width, and make it print there. And this would be everything that we're doing on Friday, I believe. So that is how you could use this spreadsheet to plan it all digitally, but then to be able to print it at the beginning of the week and have your stuff that you need right at a glance to be able to check it off as you go. Let me know if you have any questions.